Dear participants, good morning to all of you and welcome all to the last day of this program and of course the last lecture of this short-term course on IKS. For this session, we have with us Dr. C.P. Ramses sir as a resource person. Dr. C.P. Ramses sir is a former Institute Librarian of Mysore Institute Library, Institute of Mysore, and is a former coordinator of Dr. S. Radhakrishnan Center for Philosophy and Indian Culture, Institute of Mysore, and is a former member of Academic Council of Institute of Mysore. In fact, he obtained his master's M.Lib Science with the first rank from Institute of Mysore, and he also obtained a PhD again from Institute of Mysore. He published more than 210 plus papers in various nationally and internationally reputed journals and even in conferences, seminar proceedings, etc. And he also published more than 10 books, and he delivered special lectures or invited lectures as a resource person at various MMTC centers and also the institutions related to AICTE, NCERT, etc. Under the evidence of Professor C.P. Ramses sir, 13 students obtained their PhD degree so far, and 7 obtained their MPhil degree also under the evidence of Dr. Ramses sir. And he has been awarded twice the State Award from Department of Public Libraries, Government of Karnataka, for his contribution to the field of Library and Information Science. And he had been to USA, Great Britain, France, Germany, Switzerland, Czech Republic, Rome, Italy, Japan on invitation to various international conferences there. With this brief, I welcome immediately Dr. C.P. Ramses sir to this online lecture session on behalf of all the participants through online and also on behalf of the MT Center and Institute of Mysore. And sir is going to lecture now on the topic knowledge system in ancient India. Over to Ramses sir. Spatially.
Good morning, everybody. At the outset, I would like to thank the Deputy Director, Dr. Nanjun for his introduction. The topic of the session is knowledge system in ancient India. Main focus is on 2 aspects. One is it is mainly based on Upanishadic teaching, how there was interaction between master and disciple during ancient India. And also I will be considering Shad Darshanas, 6 systems of Indian philosophy. National education policy has emphasized on Indian knowledge system. Initiatives have been undertaken to guide research and propagate indigenous knowledge. This is very important. More emphasis on native knowledge and traditions and Indianness has to be there in teaching aspects. Altogether, regarding this, they have received more than 2 lakh responses from various institutions. Coming to the literature covered for this lecture, and also to consider the ancient Indian philosophy, the basic literature I would like to bring to your kind attention. Ramayana, Mahabharata are the epics. Bhagavata, altogether Bhagavata, plus there are altogether 18 Puranas written by Vyasa, and Yoga Vasishtha, the work of Valmiki, and Panchatantra and Hitopadesha. These 2 are the parables. You will come across various parables here. Panchadashi, written during 16th century, Sarvadarshana Sangraha, again the work of Sayana Madhava, the cousins, they have written nearly about 100 important works in Devanagari Sanskrit. And Bhagavad Gita, one aspect of Mahabharata, Ashtavakra Gita, Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Here you will come across 112 various types of meditations in Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, and Gnaneshwari, the work of Gnaneshwar Maharaj. Then Vichara Chandrodaya and Vichara Sagara. Viveka Chudamani, the predominant work of Adi Shankaracharya. Narada Bhakti Sutra and Shandilya Bhakti Sutra. These two mainly deal with the devotional aspects. Then Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, very important. Here he will cover the ethics of Indian philosophy. Then Yoga Upanishad, altogether there are 16 minor Upanishads which deal with yogic aspect, like Nadopanishad, Amruta Bindu Upanishad, and altogether there are 16 minor Upanishads. Mainly they are just 2 pages or 3 pages in content. Then Kaivalya Paddhati, the work of Nijaguna Shivogi, and Vachana Sahitya of 12th century. Further, there are about 14 important classic works which deal mainly on yoga, hatha yoga, and also all types of yoga. These are the basic classical texts available. If you are interested in yoga philosophy, these are the literature. One who is doing research on yoga, he has to place his hand on all these 14 classic works. Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Gerenda Samhita, Amanaskaruddha, Yoga Taravali, Yoga Karnika, Yogopanishad, Shat Chakra Nirupana, Hatha Ratnavali, Goraksha Shataka, Brihat Yoga Darshana, Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Hatha Tattva Kumudini, and Serpent Power. The last 14th one is in English, written by author Aulan, covering all aspects of Hatha Yoga. Probably you might have heard of P.V. Kane. P.V. Kane has done extensive research on Indian philosophy, covering all aspects, mainly the Dharma Shastras. Basically, he was a High Court advocate in Bombay. He was a Sanskrit scholar also. He did extensive research on Dharma Shastras and written 8 volumes altogether. 5 volumes. Part 2 has got 2 volumes and Part 5 has got 2 volumes. Altogether, they are a set of 7 volumes. Published during 1930 and 1962. He has taken nearly 32 years. He has been awarded Bharata Ratna. Bharata Ratna. For some time, he was the Vice Chancellor of Bombay University. These are the works of P.V. Kane on history of Dharma Shastras. Here he has covered all the Sanskrit texts of Indian origin. Entire Indian philosophy has covered to author this important monumental work. And another important author, Sachidanendra Saraswati of Olenarsipura. After 60 years, he was a teacher. After retirement, he actually went through a book which dealt with Vedanta philosophy. Then he was very interested. He read the entire available literature, and within a span of 20 years, he has published 260 books. 260 books. He is also responsible for release of Shankara Bhaskara and Adhyatma Prakashana. These two are the important journal publication from Holiness Bangalore. And important encyclopedic work is also available, published recently in 16 volumes. The publication is of Macmillan. One who is interested in philosophy, religion, and related areas, you can rely upon Encyclopedia of Religion and Ethics. The entire set is available in Mysore University Library. The older version of Encyclopedia of Religion and Ethics in 8 volumes with index. Bhagavad Gita and Indian Philosophy by Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan in 2 volumes. Sarvadarshana Sangraha of Sayana Madhavacharya.
Nice.
He has authored 100 works during 16th century. Then yoga was... Then considering the actually Chinese invented paper during 1st century, and Germans invented printing during 15th century, and the first book printed was in 1455. It was Bible. It was printed in Germany. And before the books The library's holdings were papyrus, palm leaves, clay tablets, parchment, and vellum. They are nothing but animal skill information recorded on animal skin, copper plate etching, stone inscription, and silk cloth. These were the early writing materials available in ancient libraries. Nalanda Library, Takshashila Library, Vikramshila, and Alexander Library. These were the ancient libraries which were having early writing materials recorded on these materials. Then coming to the latest available literature, you can rely upon National Digital Library of India. You see the extent of sources available online. 60 million items. 60 million items are made available online from IIT Kharagpur. IIT Kharagpur. The languages covered is 70 languages. 70 languages. You can access freely on the web. Then recently I came across an instance in Burma, Myanmar. A Buddhist monastery was there. It was 100 years old, and it was having a beautiful statue of Buddha made out of mortar, clay. It was in dilapidated condition. They wanted to shift the entire program to the new building. They also shifted this statue of Buddha made out of clay. During the course of transportation, there appeared a crack on the shoulder of Buddha. The disciples brought this one to the attention of the master. After a few days, the crack increased in size. They could able to see an yellow metal inside. The master asked the disciple to remove the martyr, outer martyr. Then they could able to see the golden Buddha inside. Then the master said, "You are also like that. Externally, your body is made out of martyr, but inside you are golden Buddha. Buddha is there inside you. Externally, there may be body." That is the basic philosophy propounded by the master. India is a land of sages and saints. Vast literature exists on philosophy and related subjects. You have heard of 6 schools of Indian philosophy. They are called Shad Darshanas. Shad Darshanas, 6 systems of Indian philosophy. What are they? Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Purva Mimamsa, and Vedanta. These are the 6 systems of Indian philosophy. Prior to these 6 systems, there existed another 2 schools of philosophy in India. One was Buddhism and another was Jainism. Jainism was the most ancient religion that was existing in India way back in 7th and 6th century before Common Era. Then came Buddhism during 5th century. Then 6th, 3rd century onwards, we could able to see Shad Darshana, 6 systems of Indian philosophy: Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Purva Mimamsa, and Vedanta. So the entire Vedic literature can be broadly classified into 2 groups, mainly based on their nature. Karma Kanda, mainly predominantly over performance of yajnas, yagas, then pronunciation of mantras, and all these come under Karma Kanda. Jaimini, Maharshi Jaimini has written sutras, 936 sutras taken from Vedic literature. Jaimini Sutras. Shabara has written commentary on Jaimini Sutras. Prabhakara and Kumari Bhatta, 2 schools were there later on during 8th century. So Karma Kanda was there dealing predominantly on various performances, sacrifices, yajna, yagas, and all that. On the other hand, we have Jnana Kanda, mainly the spiritual aspect of Vedic literature. Maharshi Vyasa has written sutras on that one. It is called Brahma Sutra. In 555 sutras, he has expounded the Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga or Jnana Kanda, what is available in Vedic literature. That is one aspect of Vedic literature. Another aspect was Karma Kanda, mainly predominantly in performing various sacrifices, yajna, yagas, and etc. So Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Srikanta, and Shripati, these are the Vedantins. They have written commentaries on Jnana Kanda of Vyasa Maharshi. So Jnana Yoga, yoga of knowledge and practice of spirituality, predominantly by way of systematic inquiry and reflective thinking. This was the Jnana Kanda. And Bhakti Yoga was also there. Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Yoga of devotion towards God as the Supreme Self and worship by chanting Him in praise of the Lord. This is mainly predominantly the devotional aspect of worshipping. The first one is mainly the inquiry, who am I? Inquiry, and realizing the real nature of Brahman or the ultimate reality or the Supreme Self. These are the two yoga. Altogether, there are 4 yogas: Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, and Karma Yoga. Raja Yoga means the eightfold path of yoga by which the practitioner gets his body and mind purified initially and finally becomes qualified to practice concentration and contemplation. He will ultimately meditate on his inner being and attain samadhi. This is the culmination of Raja Yoga or nothing but Hatha Yoga. Next, the 4th one is Karma Yoga, predominantly performing duties without expecting the returns. Performing duties or service to society, including activities of worship. All these are without any personal motive or worldly benefit. These duties and services are performed for the sake of God and thereby derive bliss for oneself. Nishkama Karma Yoga. This is called Nishkama Karma Yoga. I do my duty with all interest, with all my dedication, just to serve the society, serve the people, serve the living beings. That is the ultimate goal of Karma Yoga. Karma is predominantly the action oriented. Raja Yoga mainly training of mind and body through yoga. Then Jnana Yoga is predominantly inquiry about the Supreme Self, knowing about the Supreme Self, the nature of the Self. And Bhakti Yoga is predominantly dealing with devotional aspect towards the Supreme Self. The concept of Dharma here, what is Dharma? That which upholds, that which sustains, that which sanctions our consciousness is Dharma. These are the basic definitions given for Dharma. Patanjali says in the beginning, before practice of yoga, he says one has to practice, one has to be perfect in ahimsa. One has to practice ahimsa. Then speaking of truth, non-violence, satya, truth, asteya, not accepting the belongings of others, aparigraha, not amassing the wealth, indriya nigraha, self-restraint, control over the senses. These are essential to practice yoga. Before practicing yoga, according to Patanjali, these 5 come under yama. Yama means the practitioner of yoga should, at the first step, we should practice ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha, and indriya nigraha. Ahimsa means non-violence. One should not involve in violent activities. Second one, satya, speaking of truth. Then asteya, not accepting the or interested in the belongings of others, property of others. Aparigraha, not amassing the wealth. A huge amount of money, so many land properties. This should not be there for a yogi. Then Indriya Nigraha means one has to exercise control over the senses. These are the first basic step in yoga philosophy. Then Ahimsa, the basis of all moral principle, all Indian philosophy, all thinkers in Indian philosophy, they emphasize on the practice of ahimsa, the basic. Even Basavana and Mahatma Gandhi also emphasized on practice of ahimsa. So here I would like to bring to your kind attention the effort made by Vachaspati Mishra way back in 9th century, 100 years after Shankaracharya. Vachaspati was a great scholar. He was around 23, 24 years of age. He was residing on the outskirts of a forest in a hut, small hut, living the life of a simple hermit. He was reading the text. He has written number of commentaries on Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya and Yoga, and also on Shankaracharya. He was reading the text, Sanskrit text. He was reading, rereading. He was applying reflective thinking. Continuously, he was contemplating on the core of that knowledge. While continuously focusing on the idea or core of the text, he was applying reflective thinking, Shravana, not Shravana, studying, Manana, and Nididhyasana. Manana means continuously applying reflective thinking. Nididhyasana means continuously contemplating on the core. So Vachaspati was residing on the outskirts of the forest in a small hut. He was around 23, 24 years of age. Just then he had married. He had married just then. So he was reading, he was rereading, he was applying reflective thinking continuously. He was contemplating on the core of knowledge. In this process, here and there, he used to enter samadhi, meditative trance. He was not aware of the external world. He sat there continuously. He was studying the text, reading and reflective thinking. So he lost control over the external world. He forgot the external world. He forgot the day and light. So his wife, just then he had married. She used to pour oil to the lamp. She used to serve food at the right time. So like this, several years passed. One day, due to strong wind current during night, the lamp blew off. The entire area pitched dark. In that darkness, he sat there without reading the text. Gradually, he became aware of the external world. He looked around. He saw a lady at a distance coming with a lamp in her hand. She brought that lamp and placed that one on the desk of Vachaspati. In that light, he looked at her and said, "Who are you?" Astonishingly, she said, "Have you forgotten me? I am your wife. Have you forgotten me?" So slowly he started recollecting where I am sitting when I got married. Then he looked at himself. His beard had grown long. It had turned gray also. He sat there. He started there when he was 24 years of age. He almost sat for 2.5 decades. 24, 25 years. He sat there studying the various texts. Nowhere in the world you will come across a person like Vachasirthi Mishra in your life. Studies, way of reading, way of assimilating knowledge. You will not come across anywhere in the world like Vachaspati Mishra. He sat there studying the text for 24, 25 years. Then he said, "You married me, so you are wasting your life." He felt sorry for her. Then she said, responded, "I am not unhappy. So my contribution is also there in the work you are doing." So he felt very happy. Mine is empty Vedanta and your is practical Vedanta. You are serving me. I am extremely happy about your perspective. Then he said her name was Bhamati. He named the text after her. Her name was Bhamati. He named the text after her. Even today, Bhamati, the work of Vachaspati Mishra, is a highly referred work. Even Jains, Buddhist, Vedantins, for clarification, every now and then, they refer to Vachaspati Mishra. Let us see what Vachaspati Mishra suggests us for a problem to overcome this particular problem of philosophy. To that extent, Vachaspati Mishra is a very great scholar of 9th century. He wrote number of commentaries on Nyaya Sutras of Gautama, Vaisheshika Sutras of Kanada Rishi, then Sankhya Sutras of Kapila Maharshi, and Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and he has also written commentaries on the work of Adi Shankaracharya. You see the way of assimilating knowledge. Then, while coming to the aspect of Kathopanishad, you have heard of Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad, there is a dialogue between Yama and Nachiketa. Nachiketa was a boy of 8 years old. So he asked Yama, please tell me the status of man after his death. Immediately after the death of man, people say he doesn't exist. Some people hold the opinion, no, he does exist. Some people hold the view, he doesn't exist. So what is your opinion? He asked Yama. The Yama started answering his question, life after death, path. Then he said, path of Shreyas and path of Prayas. Path of Shreyas means the spirituality. Path of Prayas means accumulating knowledge just for sake of earning livelihood. Then what are the benefits in pursuing spirituality? He asked. Boy of 8 years old, he asked, what are the benefits of pursuing philosophy or spirituality? Then Yama said, you will get two important what benefits. One is you will be accumulating bliss. You will be blissful. Ananda. One is you will get Ananda. The second one is immortality. You will acquire immortality. Amrutatva. One is Ananda and Amrutatva. These two are the benefits you are going to get because of pursuit of spirituality. Immortality means you will be free from fear of death. Very important one, fear of death. So now know thyself from the master. That was the ultimate prescription of Yama. Then to get that knowledge, the knowledge of spirituality, the knowledge of Supreme Self, one has to listen to the master. At that time in ancient days, during the days of Vedas, the scripture was not, the writing was not there. Writing was not, literature was not available. Transmission of knowledge was through oral transmission. Shravana, you must listen to the master. Manana, you must continuously think reflectively. Nididhyasana, you must continuously contemplate on the core of knowledge. So you are the witness for 3 states of experience. That was the ultimate statement made by Yama, because waking state is there, dreaming state is there, deep sleep states are there. In all these 3 states, these states of stratum, your consciousness is common to all. Consciousness is the supreme self. Prajna. Prajna or Jnana is the ultimate existence which will not get destroyed. Akshara, it will not get destroyed. Then coming to Mundaka Upanishad, then again here the Aruni Uddalaka and the master, he said Paravidya and Aparavidya. Aparavidya means knowledge of the word, just for livelihood. What are they? Studying of Vedas, Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Chandasu, and Jyotisha. These are the knowledge people were getting in those days. All these knowledge are for worldly living. Worldly living. On the other hand, we have Paravidya. Para means the knowledge of the Supreme Self or Akshara Brahma. Akshara, the Brahma, what the existence, Satchit Ananda, which will not get destroyed. Permanently it exists, therefore it is called Akshara Brahma. It will not get destroyed. Adrishya, it cannot be seen. Agotra, no address for it. Agrahya, it cannot be comprehended. Nitya, it exists in the past and also in the future. Vibhu, it is vast, very vast. Sarvagata, it is there. It exists in everything. And Avyaya, it will not get destroyed. It will not diminish also. Study of Dhanurvidya, Ayurveda, Jyotishya, and Sangeeta. These were the other aspect of knowledge included under Upavedas, Vedas and Upavedas. Then coming to Kenopanishad. Kenopanishad is a small Upanishad of about 10 pages. Here, the teaching is there between gods and the Prajapati, gods. Indra, Vayu, Varuna, Agni, and all these were there. They actually, between war between demons and gods, the gods overwhelmed in the war and they felt very happy. They thought it is all because of our strength, because of our enthusiasm. We have won the war. Suddenly, a bright light appeared in sky. Then Indra asked Vayu to go and inquire and get to know about what is that bright light. Vayu went there. He asked, "Who are you?" Then he said, the bright light responded, "You first introduce yourself." Then Vayu introduced yourself. "I am Vayu." "Okay, what are your strengths? So I can set aside anything. I am very powerful. Anything in this world I will set aside." Then he placed a blade of grass and said, "You show your strength on this blade of grass." He showed, he went on that one blade of grass. It did not move at all. He became afraid of that. He went back. Then he informed what all happened to Indra. Indra then next he sent Agni to inquire about the light. Agni went there. He said, "Who are you?" Again it said, the light said, "You first introduce yourself before telling myself." He said, "I am Agni. I can burn. I will reduce anything into ashes." Then he said, I would like to place a blade of grass here. You show your strength." He moved on the blade of grass. It did not burn at all. So he became very afraid of the situation. He went back. Then Indra and all gods approached the light. Then appeared Uma Maheshwari. Uma Maheshwari, the Supreme Self. He appeared. Then it said, "You won the war not because of your strength, because of the strength of the Supreme Self. You are enthusiastic, you are overwhelmed, you won the war. It is not because of your strength, it is because of the Supreme Self. Therefore, there is need to know the Supreme Self." Then he started teaching gods the existence of the Supreme Self. This is the teaching of Kenopanishad. Then coming to Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there was a dialogue between Yajnavalkya and Maitreyi, his wife. Dialogue between Yajnavalkya and Maitreyi. To get knowledge, Yajnavalkya suggests them, "You listen to me carefully." That is called Shravana. I will be teaching you in clear words. You just listen to me, carefully listen to me. Then in the next step, you apply Manana, reflective thinking. You continuously think on whatever I have told you. And in the next step, Nididhyasana means continuously contemplate and assimilate the knowledge or get the knowledge through experience. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana was the method of assimilating knowledge during Vedic days. Very important aspect here. This is the core. Shravana, Atmava, Are, Drshotravya, Mantravya, Nididhyasavyo, Maitreyi. That is mean you should know the ultimate self or ultimate reality through hearing, reflective thinking, and continuously contemplating or meditating on the core of knowledge. This was the teaching of Yajnavalkya Maharshi to his wife Maitreyi. Further, Yajnavalkya also taught Janaka Maharaja in the court of Janaka. The Janaka said, "Through what light we are going to go out, work and return?" Then he said, "It is because of the light of sun. In the absence of sun, you will be going out, work and return in the light of moon. In the absence of moon, light, you will be going out with the help of fire. In the absence of fire, moon and sun, you yourself is the light. You are the light. So in the absolute silence, in absolute darkness, yourself will be the light for yourself. So you will work, you will go and return based on the sound, and in the absence of sound also, you are the light. You are the light. So Swayam Jyoti Purusha, you are the light. Swayam Prakasha, you are the light, because that consciousness is the light. Then Swayam Vedya, you know yourself. Then in Prashnopanishad, there is a dialogue. The master teaches the disciple for 12 years, 12 to 16 years. On the last day, he said, you have to stay here for one more year. You have to stay with me for one more year. I have taught you for so long, for 8 to 12 years. For 1 year, you have to ask questions. Question and answer session is for 1 year. You ask questions. If there are any doubts, you ask them. I will clarify your doubt. For that, there is 1 year time. 1 year time. So 6 disciples started asking questions to the master. Sukesha, Satyakama, Saurnyani, Kausalya, Bhargava, and Kabandi. There were number of disciples were there, but in the Prashnopanishad, these 6 disciples were predominantly mentioned because they were asking questions every now and then. Almost 1 year, they asked several questions. They clarified their doubt. This was the method of teaching during those days. Just carefully watch this one. The master taught the disciples for 8 to 12 years. Then for 1 year, there was question and answer session. The disciples were expected to ask questions and clarify their doubts for a period of 1 year. This was the method of ancient Rishis. Then coming to Chandogya Upanishad. There is a dialogue between Shvetaketu and Uddalaka. Uddalaka was the father, Shvetaketu was the son. There was dialogue in Chandogya Upanishad. Here also you can watch the process of teaching. The disciple Shvetaketu asked the master, where is the reality? Where is the ultimate reality? Or where is the supreme self? Then the master responded, reality is all pervading. Reality is all pervading. The reality exists in everything, and everything is within reality. So reality is all pervading. He who inhabits the earth, yet is within the earth, whom the earth does not know, whose body is the earth, who controls the body from within, he is your inner controller, the indweller who exists everywhere. So, Ishavasyamidam sarvam, yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Ishopanishad says, Isha, the Lord is there in everything. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Brahman is there in everything. Everything is, Lord exists in everything, and everything is within the Lord. This is the teaching of Upanishads. Indweller as well as all pervading. So he is there as Antaryamin. He is there as Antaryamin, and everything is within him. Then Brahman, everything emanates from the subtle. As salt exists in the sea, then Brahman is everywhere in the universe. He asked Shvetaketu to come with a trough of water or vessel of water, sea water. Then he said, where is the salt? You taste from this side, he tasted water from that side. You taste from this side, he tasted water from that side. Everywhere it was salty. Even the sea water Wherever you taste, it is salt. Similarly, God exists in everything. He is immanent. He is there existing in everything, whether it is minute thing or a major or volume of the thing. The Lord exists everywhere. In Taittiriya Upanishad, again the master taught the disciples for 8 to 12 years. On the last day, there was a farewell function. Then one of the disciples asked the master, all right, tomorrow we are going home, we will return home, we will not be here. After returning home, what was our responsibilities, what we should do when we reach home? Then the master said, Swadhyaya and Pravachana. Swadhyaya means reading of text. To read or listen continuously, you update your knowledge. Don't stop studying. You study continuously. That is your basic function. And secondly, you should talk about the knowledge. You should talk then about the knowledge what you have acquired. Swadhyaya and Pravachana. Swadhyaya means reading, studying. Pravachana means discourses. You should involve yourself in studying and delivering discourses. These two are the important aspect that you should continue throughout your life. These are your responsibilities when you return home. This was the reply given by the master. Taittiriya Upanishad. Naka was the sage. Then Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, and these were the teachings of Taittiriya Upanishad. Pancha Koshas were also there. Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, and Anandamaya Kosha. The sage teaches him externally, you will come across physical body. Inside physical body, there is vital force, prana, force, strength. Then within that one, you will come across mind, the responses, mind, assimilation of things. Then inside that one, you have got knowledge, whatever you have accumulated, your experiences. Then ultimately inside, you have got the self, the bliss, the Lord is there inside. So Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya. Anandamaya is nothing but Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means it exists permanently. Chit means it knows itself. It is consciousness. Consciousness. It is not conscious of, it is pure consciousness. It exists on continuous basis and it is of the nature of bliss. So bliss, consciousness and existence are the character, not actually characteristics. You should speak about the consciousness or the ultimate reality with these words. Sat means it exists already. It will not get destroyed. Chit means it will know itself. So it is consciousness and it is of the nature of blissful happiness. So in those days, the rishis were put up ashrams in the outskirts of the forest. The students used to stay with the master, that is called Antevasa. Students used to stay with the master for several years to learn Vidya, to learn things for education purposes. This was expounded in Chandogya Upanishad. Then Indra and Virochana, Indra, the leader of gods, and Virochana, the leader of demons, they went to Prajapati to learn about the ultimate reality. They stayed there for almost 101 years, getting knowledge about the Supreme Self. Then here comes Charaka. Charaka, how he got knowledge of Ayurveda Shastra, medical knowledge during those days. So his father suffered a lot and died at an younger age. Charaka had watched him, suffering of his father. Therefore, he wanted to be a doctor studying medicine. So he convinced his mother. He went to Himalayas at the age of 8 years. Then he stayed with his master. The master taught him Ayurvedic Shastra for several years, almost 4 to 5 years. One day, the king of that region wanted to visit that ashram. Then master said, the king is going to visit our ashram in the next week. Therefore, you make way for so that the king can approach the ashram easily by way of removing climbers, shrubs, branches of tree. Make a clear way for the king and his accompanying person to come to the ashram easily. So he assigned the work and he expected Charaka to do that one within 1 week. When master visited after 1 week, Charaka had not attended that one. Then master said, I had asked you to remove the climbers, shrubs here and there, then branches of trees to make way for the king of that region to visit ashram easily. Then he had asked him, you are expected to remove useless climbers, useless trees, branches, shrubs, and all this. So he had not attended anything. He had not removed any of these trees and branches. Finally, he responded. He said, Master, I am finding medicinal value in every climber, every branches of tree, and every plant and shrubs. It is full of medicinal value. Therefore, I have not removed any of these climbers and shrubs. The master felt extremely happy. So you have learnt everything of Ayurveda medicine, what people usually learn during 8 years to 12 years, you have learnt in 4 years. I have got nothing to teach you. You can return home. So that Charaka was the father of Ayurvedic medicine from India. He learnt with innate interest, Shraddhavan Labhyate Gnanam. With all interest, he learnt Ayurvedic Shastra within a span of 4 years. He has written Charaka Samhita and classical work in Ayurveda Shastra. So he was popularly known in India in the area of Ayurvedic medicine. Then Mahavakyas. Mahavakyas are there taken from Upanishads. Pragnanam Anand, Pragnanam Brahman. Brahman, the ultimate reality is consciousness, your consciousness. Then Ayamatma Brahma. My Atman is the supreme self. You have to contemplate on this Mahavakyas. Tattvam Asi, I am that, the ultimate reality. I am also the amsha of that one, the part of that ultimate reality. Ghatakasha and Mahakasha, that is outer space, and I am also sharing that outer space. Then Aham Brahmasmi, I am the Supreme Self, that is the experience of the sage. These are the 4 Mahavakyas taken from Upanishads. How do you realize the Brahman? According to Yajnavalkya, it is through Shravana, hearing, Manana, reflective thinking, Nididhyasana, contemplating. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Hearing, reflective thinking, and contemplating. You will get the knowledge. Panini also mentions the qualities of good teacher. 5 qualities of good teacher is also mentioned by Panini during 5th century before Common Era. What are they? The teacher, the basic responsibility, the basic work of the teacher is to teach the disciples. One thing, along with teaching, he has to write. He has to write. That is the prescription of Panini. The teacher should write. He has got the habit of writing and publishing. In those days, it was called writing. Now it is called publishing and research work. One thing. Second thing is, unless you clarify the doubt, you should not teach. That is the second prescription of Panini. First one, the teacher should write. Second one, without clarifying the doubts, the teacher should not teach the disciples. The third one is, The third one is you should not complete teaching in very fast mode or very slowly. In a normal mode, you should conduct teaching. That is one. The fourth one is you should not shake your head, either wobbling or rattling. The head should be kept constantly. You should not shake his head. That was the fifth one. And one more aspect is there according to the teachings of Panini. He said teaching and research go hand in hand, and one should update knowledge. One should update knowledge on continuous basis. These are the up-to-dateness of knowledge is very important. These are the prescriptions of Panini to the profession of teaching. This is way back in 5th century BC. 5th century BC. Then coming to Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, it is mainly for well-being, training of mind, training of mind. Then Patanjali has written 3 works. One is, as you know, yoga in Ashtanga Yoga, 8-fold path of yoga. And he has also written classic Sanskrit works on Ayurveda Shastra and Vyakarna. Vyakarna is the clarity of speech. Ayurveda is for the purification of physical body, and yoga is for the purification of mind. Mind, body, and speech. These 3 are very important according to Patanjali. He has written 3 texts. 3 texts. It's about the purification of body, mind, and speech. So 8-fold path of yoga he has propounded. One is Bahiranga Sadhana. 4 paths are dealing with Bahiranga Sadhana, outer practice. And Antaranga Sadhana, again there are 4 steps. 4 steps are the Antaranga Sadhana. So Bahiranga Sadhana, what are they? Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. These first 4 steps are Bahiranga Sadhana that you have to practice externally. Then Antaranga Sadhana, internally, training of mind, you have to practice pranayama, pratyahara, that is withdrawal of senses, dharana, concentration, dhyana, then meditation and samadhi, super consciousness. So the further 5, 6, 7, 8 are they to be practiced internally, mentally practice that. So what are the steps that you come across? Yama in the first step. That is practice of non-violence, speaking of truth, not stealing or interested in the belongings of others, and aparigraha, not accumulating wealth. One should not accumulate the wealth if he is a yogi. Then indriya nigraha, self-restraint. He has to exercise control over the senses. Then second step is the niyama, prescription. Socha, one should practice cleanliness, taking bath. Then there are, he has suggested several kriyas to purify the inner, the elementary canal, or shocha, noli, dhoti. They are the steps for cleaning the body. Santosha, one should be happy. Mentally, one should be happy. Then Swadhyaya, one should study the classical text on continuous basis. You should update his knowledge. Tapas, training of mind and body. Tapas, finance, one should practice finance. Then finally, Ishvara Pranidhana, submit fruits of action to the Lord. So whatever you have practiced, whatever you do, the results of action, you should leave it to the God. Ishvara Pranidhana, Socha, Santosha, Swadhyaya, Tapas, Ishvara Pranidhana are prescribed in the second step, Niyama. Yama is the first step, Niyama is the second step. Then third is, not third, Pancha Klesha. These are the impurities in the body, impurities in the mind, avidya, ignorance. What is ignorance? How this world exists? Who am I? These are the 2 ignorances are there. You may know many things about the physical universe, but ultimately you don't know who you are. Then asmita, you identify yourself with the body. You are not the body, you are the spirit. But often we identify ourselves with our body. That is another klesha, avidya. Raga, craving for things. Dvesha, hatredness. Abhinavesha, assumption or pretension. These are the pancha klesha, impurities that are there in the mind of ignorant. The disciple is said to be ignorant. He has to become knowledgeable by overcoming all these five. Establish in yourself Swarupe Avasthanam Yoga. The ultimate aim of yoga is to establish in yourself, in your pure existence. So, Nyaya Sutras of Gautama, out of 6 systems of Indian philosophy, they have accepted 4 pramanas, 4 ways of knowing. Pratyaksha, Anumana, Shabda, Upamana. He has also he has also identified 40 different ways of fallacies, Hetvabhasa. Nyaya philosophy of Gautama mainly explains the method of acquiring knowledge. Pratyaksha, you will be getting knowledge through Pratyaksha, direct interaction with senses. Then Anumana, reasoning. Shabda Pramana, you should go through the literature. Upamana, comparison. By way of these 4 steps, you will be getting knowledge. Vaisheshika of Kanada Maharshi deals with things of this world, including right from atomic thing, dravya, matter, pramano, then guna, qualities, karma, action, samavaya, common factor, vishesha, special factor, samavaya, inseparable things. Samanya and samavaya is inseparable, coexisting things. Then abhava, non-existence is also a type of knowledge. Non-existent. In this all, nobody is there. That is a type of knowledge. You can take decisions based on that knowledge. Therefore, it says non-existent of that particular thing is also a type of knowledge, according to Kanada Maharshi. Sankhya of Kapila Maharshi speaks about 24 tattvas and the Atman. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, these 3 qualities are there in mind. So he has classified 5 elements, 5 senses, 5 physical body, then 5 tanmatra, subtle form, and Prakriti, Mahat, Buddhi, Ahankara. All these various aspects of mind. So altogether there are 24 tattvas plus Atman. Evolution of these tattvas is because of Atman. That is the main teaching of Sankhya of Kapila Maharshi. So Mimamsa of Upanishads, they completely deal with karma kandas, brahmanas and mantras. Jaimini has written the entire content of Vedas in 936 sutras. Shabara has written commentaries on that. This is about the action-oriented aspect of Vedas, brahmanas and mantras, performing sacrifices, yagnas and yamas. The predominant Rishi here is the Jaimini Maharshi. On the other hand, we have Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga that deals about Upanishads. Upanishads are the teachings of spirituality, Jnana Marga. Jnana Marga. Shankaracharya has written commentaries on Brahma Sutra. Brahma Sutra, Vyasa has written 555 sutra. It is called Brahma Sutra, which deals mainly about the predominant aspect of knowledge about the spirituality, knowledge about the Supreme Self. He says Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadavadi, Shatka Sampatva, and Mukshatva. Viveka means knowledge. Knowledge. Vairagya means the detachment. Shamadamadi Shatka Sampatva means purification of your mind and body through various training aspects. Shama, one should sit calmly at a place. That is called Shama, mind, training of mind. Dhamma, you should sit at a place. Body should not get disturbed. Then Titiksha, one should develop tolerance. Shraddhe, one should develop interest about this spirituality. Shanti, one should practice peacefulness. Then Samadhana, one should be calm. Then you are eligible to get the knowledge of spirituality, mumukshatva. Then you will get interested in the ultimate knowledge. Then you will get the knowledge. This is the 4 steps of Adi Shankaracharya, Sadhana Chatushtaya. Then another Vedantin called Ramanujacharya, who propounded Vaisheshika philosophy, he said Niyamena Adayatva, Niyamena Vidayatva, Niyamena Sheshatva. You are the Niyamena Adayatva. So he is the Supreme Self and you are abided by him. Vidayatva, one should obey the Lord. Sheshatva, you are part of the Lord. You are Amsha, Amshi Bhava. You are Amsha of the Lord. You are Shesha of the Lord. These 2 are important. He propounded Bhakti, Prapatti Marga, Ramanujacharya, another Vedantin. Then philosopher says, Sateshu Jayate Shuraha, Sahasreshu Cha Panditaha, Jata Dasa Sahasreshu Vagmihi, Data Bhavati Vanaha. A brave person is born out of every 100. A scholarly man is born out of 1,000 people. An orator, good orator, speaker is born out of every 10,000 people. But rarely you come across a person of charity. Person of charity. Here, you know the charity aspect of Karna. Karna is a man of charity. So Krishna was very happy about Karna. He appreciated Karna because of his nature of charity. So characteristics of the Supreme Self are characteristics of consciousness as explained by Nijaguna Shivayogi. He has explained in 12 important technical terms. What are they? The ultimate reality or the Supreme Self or yourself. Yourself is Nirupama. It is not comparable. It is not comparable also. Niralamba, it is not dependent on anybody. Nitya, it exists on continuous state. It will not get destroyed. Nirmala, it is pure consciousness. Niravarana, it is not covered by anything. No coverage is there for the ultimate reality. Nirupadika, it doesn't exist because of something else. Niranjana, there is no activity attributed to it. Niratishaya, you cannot say it is Atishaya or it is not graspable. Niragha, Agha means actually it is real, it is not imaginary, it is not a dream-like state, it is pure real state. Agha means dream, Agha means dream, Niraga means it is not dreaming, it is real. Nisthatva, it cannot be explained, it cannot be comprehended by words. Nischala, the ultimate reality of Supreme Self, doesn't know. It occupies the entire space. It is everywhere. Therefore, there is no movement in him. Nirupa, cannot be comprehended because it cannot be seen. There is no rupa for him. But Nijaguna Shivayogi prefers to explain the ultimate reality with nakara. Nirupama, Nirmala, Nitya, Nirmala, Nakara. Whereas Mundaka Upanishad prefer to explain the ultimate reality in Akara. Akshara, it will not get destroyed. Amruta, it is immortal. It is Adrushya, it cannot be seen. Then Agotra, it cannot be identified with anything. Then Abhadita, it is not contradicted. Agrahya, it cannot be comprehended. That is how Mundaka Upanishad prefer to explain the Supreme Self with Akara. Akara, Nijaguna Shivayogi explains with Nakara. Satsanga is the ancient way of teaching the spiritual knowledge. Guru teaches disciples is the group of disciples join together and practice the spiritual discourses, interactions, and such as a spiritual philosophical program. It is the platform where the Guru teaches his disciples not only spirituality but also life skills and ethics. Very important aspect. Satsanga. They learn Purusharthas. Indian philosophy is mainly practical philosophy. Therefore, they say Purusharthas are the values of human values. Purusha means human. Artha means values. Artha, Kama, Dharma, and Moksha. These are the four aspects that come under Upanishad. Artha means wealth. Kama means the desires. Dharma means righteousness or ethics. Moksha means attaining the spirituality, realization of the self. One should attain all these purusharthas through the stages of ashramas in those days. Brahmacharya ashrama, Gruhathashrama, Vanaprastha and Sannyasashrama, where you will be realizing the absolute self or the moksha. Dharma I have explained. Here the master is explained in important terms. The guru is like mirror. He will help you to know yourself, to see yourself. Guru is a map. He will help you to reach your abode. He will show the map route. Master is full moon. Moon is compared with complete knowledge. Therefore, Guru is compared with complete knowledge, spiritual knowledge. Sparshamani. Sparshamani, if you touch Sparshamani with anything, it will get converted into gold. But you cannot produce another Sparshamani. But Guru is compared with greater. Guru is actually greater than Sparshamani because he creates another Guru. So Markata Nyaya, Marjala Nyaya, these are the parables to explain the role of masters. Some of the aspects are compared here. The difference between master and the teacher. Teacher takes responsibility of the growth of students. Master makes the students responsible. Teacher answers questions of students. Guru questions the answers of student. Teacher responsible for your knowledge. Guru responsible for your wisdom. Teacher emphasizes on the acquisition of information. Guru emphasizes on the practical experience. Teacher prepares for your outer journey. Guru prepares for your inner journey. Teacher sharpens your mind. Guru opens your mind. Teacher more of instructive education. Guru aims at constructive education. Teachers aims at systematic approach. Guru aims at holistic approach. I would like to conclude with this important statement of Madan Mohan Malaviya on education. Education should be accessible to all, regardless of their social or economic status. Important aspect here. Madan Mohan Malaviya's education philosophy emphasized on integration of traditional Indian knowledge with modern education. It is mainly for character building. Ethical aspect is included there. Moral values are included there and equal access to education for all. Therefore, with this beautiful statement of Madan Mohan Malaviya, the national education policies evolved and emphasized on the traditional knowledge. Indianness should be there in the way of teaching and inculcating the knowledge and ethical aspect to the students. So thank you very much. If you have got any questions, you can ask, or if you need any clarification on any of these aspects, you can ask, please. Any questions?